Kideaters vs. Zoo BoyZ. I'll be reading this from just a rough draft. The story is still to be edited before complete publication. The synopsis. The boys have been to the abandoned amusement park, to Zoo Island. Now, released from juvenile jail, they are called to go back to Zoo Island. This time, they're given a mission to capture the mutated animals, some of which even they have not seen. The second and more important part of their assignment is to help catch the biggest culprit, a poser, who should not have even been on the island to begin with. If they fail, they break the terms of their parole and probation. If they succeed, they will learn that the worst animal of all may very well be mankind. Illustrations are to be done by Olivia Avery Bailey. Preface. Let me start by saying I wish I could write like Ronnie, one of the characters in this now trilogy. Of course, he's only in 7th or 8th grade, but I'm not far from that. Let me explain. At the time of writing this, for over 40 years of my life, I've been told I only read on a 7th grade reading level. Being diagnosed with dyslexia is a drag. But most newspapers or online news articles are printed on that reading level. So at least I'm average. It occurs to me now that for my younger readers or listeners, I may need to explain what a newspaper is. I think that what excites me is, although I've never been to the abandoned amusement park, I've never been to an island that was designated as a zoo at one point, I travel right along with these characters in my stories. Many times they reflect family members like my sweet daughters Abby, Maddie, Kiri, Olivia, as well as my stepchildren Christopher, Carol Ann, and my son Alex, who died at age 22, but continues to inspire each of us. I'm truly blessed and frankly amazed how, in light of my wife's living with me, she tolerates being dragged through adventures that take place in all my stories. She too finds herself in peculiar places, but she always comes out okay. With that being said, I once again want to thank my friends and family, Mom and Dad, Ed and Faye Bailey, sisters Pauline and Colleen, along with my extended family beyond that. What an adventure we've been on together through the years. I look forward to what's ahead. Disclaimer. This story, or parts thereof, may not be reproduced in any form, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form by any means, electric, mechanical, photocopy, recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission from the publisher. This story is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to persons living or dead, or businesses in practice, are purely coincidental. The views expressed here are my own, as are whatever factual errors that exist in the text. In the description box below this video, you'll find all kinds of links to some of my other stories, as well as the YouTube playlist of my reading several of my own stories. This story stands on its own, but you may find it fun to go back to where it all began, in The Park. If you haven't read The Park, I highly recommend it. That story gives a deeper background to the 4 characters in this book. To visit the zoo, the written version, see the links in the description below. You'll also find the links to the audio of that first story in this series. The written version of the second book in this series, Zoo BoyZ, is in draft form only right now, but the link of me reading it is available. Now, on to Chapter 1.